Good morning. Good morning. It's another beautiful Sunday morning. It is 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Welcome to another episode of Motivational Sundays with Kevin and Friends. This show was originally created from the more than 300 motivational quotes I had created for the contents of my book. I was always curious about motivational quotes. Were there words that just landed on a page or were there conversations to be had? So I am joined today with my co-host and my friends, Otis Spencer, Andrea Lyman, Justin Davis, Ife Ekimuma, I almost got it right, Chrissy Everts, and birthday girl, Denise Lopes. And I just want to say Naheem is on location filming someplace in Chicago, doing some work with his kids. We miss you and can't wait to have you come back. But for those of you that are listening, we meet every Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You are welcome. If you go to my social media page on Facebook, the link is there. If you can't find the link, email me at info@RMK Productions and Network. This episode is brought to you by RMK Productions and the 10 United Podcast. Our mission is through the power of our stories. We want to uplift, inspire, share experience and perspective using the framework of teaching, learning, and modeling. I also want to give a quick shout out to Aftershock. They are bone conducting headsets. They don't go directly in your ear. They allow you to hear the sound and be able to hear the sound of your music, your conversation. We're using that today instead of our regular mics. So the reason why I'm giving them a shout out because I had a problem with the product and I had no issues with returning, having the product sent to me. They promised me that the product will be returned to me within 7 days, 2 days afterwards. I got these over-the-ear headsets. Hopefully that those of you that are worried about your hearing when you get my age, the over-the-ear bone connecting does not go in your ears, does not damage, does not shoot any rays in your ear or whatever. God, I'm doing a free commercial for Aftershock. Way to go. I should get paid for this. Well, let's go ahead and get going. Aftershock, thank you for doing good business to us. And so today's quote is brought to us by Mr. Justin Davis, Music Man. Okay, when one day we'll get a chance to hear some of his music. He's got a killer song out on there. He'll tell you about that later on. Association leads to assimilation. Choose your people wisely. Now, all these quotes land on us in some form or fashion. I'm just curious, Mr. Davids, how this quote landed on you. And thank you for bringing it to Motivational Sundays with Kevin and Friends.
Thank you. Thank you for having me and allowing me to share this quote. I got this one from my younger brother. Actually, on last Sunday, he started sending me quotes of the week himself and wasn't able to be with us today. I really wanted him to come in, but wasn't able to be here with us. I almost got his thoughts and then I completely forgot about that. But so, yeah, when I think about this quote, when I first received it from him, Albert is his name, and to give credit there, it's a familiar phrase. I think about Nas's song, which is like he just throws in the phrase of "watch the company you keep and the crowd you bring," and so like that same type of thing of being aware of the people who you are around. But what I found specifically different with this quote is I felt like the gravity or the largeness of the group that it's captured in this quote really well, that it focuses more on how you can get lost in a larger group and be drawn in that direction. So being aware of like how many friends I have, and in terms of like the large friends groups and going into those spaces and whether or not I have, like if I'm aware of how that's affecting me. Or different groups that like I'm actually like connected to. So it just really hit a lot of different areas of my life in terms of where I spend my time, who I spend my time with in larger groups, and being aware that I actually have a choice with that. Because the other part that he said was like choose your people wisely. So like that's actually an option to be more specific. Sorry, my brain is like slowly
That's okay.
today, so I'm rambling a little bit. But like, yeah, choose your people wisely in terms of that I have agency in this, and it's not something that I am not able to be um, an active participant in. So,
Well, Justin, I appreciate your talent, your gift. I appreciate your brother assisting you with the quote because in this day and age, collaboration is key. We can't do this one thing we call life alone. So I'm glad someone's got your back there. We've got Denise Lopes. She's in Cayman Islands. She's vacationing. It's also her birthday. We're going to be singing some birthday songs to her later on, but we want to talk about this quote and how it lands on you while you're getting suntanned and all up in on the Cayman Islands. Association leads to assimilation. Choose your people wisely. How's that
Yes,
land on you?
that's a good quote. Like especially right now, the people I'm with right now, because there's nine of us. Like the vibe is like the energy is so good, like so much fun. For me, I like energy. If my energy doesn't go with someone, I'm not going to deal with them. And it's like you have to be with people that's going to motivate you, that's going to be there for you, to support you, to be happy for you. Not like if you do something, they're like, oh, okay, I'm happy for you, but at the same time they're jealous. So you need to and envy. You need to look for that because that's not going to be good. Like for me too, like the Motivation Sunday, it's one of my people. Like I love coming here because it's always motivational. It's always positive. And getting to meet you guys, what, 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks, it was the best. The energy was the
Yeah.
same that I was getting online. And you have to make sure that you are with people that you motivate, you're able to motivate, you're able to talk about stuff too, and not feel like judged, and that makes it. And for me, energy is everything. Like the positive energy, that's what I want in my life. The peace, that's what I want, and that's what this quote like really landed on me because that's how I go by. Like with the people, like I don't have a lot of friends around me, so the few that I have are the best, and I know they're always going to be there for me, and we're always going to be there for each other. So
You can always tell when someone is relaxed when they drop knowledge on you, and it's like sunshine on a cloudy day. You see the way she laid back in there, laid back, took her Cayman Island visit, and whatever she goes, just hold on, wait for it, and she dropped the mic. Thank you, Denise, and happy birthday. We'll be singing to you in
thank
a little bit.
you. Oh
Ife,
yeah, Justin is going to be singing.
all right, yeah, you
That's
can
it.
sing happy birthday to her, Justin. Ife, you're the baby of the group. All
Yeah.
right, how does this
Mhm.
quote land on you?
Okay. Well, this kind of reminds me of the saying, show me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are. And I just looked up the word assimilation. And part of the definition is the process of taking in and fully understanding ideas, information or ideas. So when you're in association with somebody, it has to be something about that person that has you associating with that person, whether it's their ideas, how they conduct themselves, or the information they're giving you. So association is important. You can either be with people who are the right crowd or people who are not looking to lift you up, which can actually set you in the wrong direction. So it's something that we have to be um, cognizant of, aware of from time to time. Like, show me your friends, show me who you are. As much as we want to say, hey, I'm just an associate, or that's my colleague, or so forth and so on. Sometimes we just have to evaluate and just say, hey, are these the people I really want to be with? Is this a true reflection of who I am and where I'm going? So we just have to be mindful of that because the word friend gets thrown around a lot. Um, and to some people it means everything, and to some people it means nothing.
True that. True that. Some strong spoken words. I'm glad you looked up the definition and gave us that power and with is always within knowledge. And I love it when young people bring us to the power. Um, Chrissy Everett. Okay, how you doing? All right. All right.
Wow.
Fans are loving you. They're watching your video from back in the days, when you were playing and all whatever, and now we got you on Motivational Sundays. Everyone, Chris Everett, look at us, rock star in the house. Beautiful. I love my melanated people. I just want to say that right now. I love my people. I don't care what shade you come in. I don't care how tall you are, how short you are, how thin or wide. I love my people. And this quote makes it touch my heart today to have this quote and have this conversation. And Chrissy, I don't want to take up any more of your time because I'm making, I love your name. Tell us how this quote leads to association, leads to assimilation. Choose your people wisely.
Yeah. Thank you for that introduction again, Kevin. And this quote, it brought a few things to mind. One, it actually brought this group to mind, and how I joined, or came to know about this group was by going to the Secret Society of Black Creatives event, the Connect event, and I've been coming here ever since. And it was so powerful for me, being around my people, the melanated people. And then it just, I don't know, there was so much inspiration by being around, creatives and just being a part of this group. And now I have this, and so it's like an example of like association being like happening right now. This assimilation has happened right now for me, right? That was one thing that it brought to mind. The other thing I'm reading, I just finished listening to James Baldwin's Go Tell It on the Mountain.
Yes.
And there's a part of the story, there's a character who is just sitting alone in the train station, and these two, Black guys come running in who had robbed a jewelry store. And, and the line he says is, just as they were coming in and he saw them and saw the police chasing them, he said, their problem just became my problem, just because I'm a Black man too. And so that's choose your people wisely. Like that, he didn't even have a choice. He was just there. And so the thought of this quote, sometimes it's not even in your control who's around you, and you get roped into where they are. So you really do have to be aware of your surroundings, aware of the things that are out of your control. And still stand for yourself. I guess I'm speaking to the individuality that happens even
Right.
if you are in a crowd. So those are a couple of things that I thought about, a little all over the place there, but that's what came to mind.
Yep. And I'm glad you said that, because that comes with a lot of power. And I had two childhood friends that got their roses. Their son graduated from Jackson State, entered the NFL draft, and got drafted to the Denver Broncos. And both Valerie and Mark Brown, Dallas Daniels, congratulations for welcome to the NFL. And just remember, when you think about this quote, association leads to assimilation. Choose your people wisely. For a professional athlete, for anyone, nothing ever good happens to someone that has a higher purpose after 11 o'clock when you're out and about on town. So just remember that. So Chris, your interpretation of this brings a lot of power to it, because a lot of times being in the wrong place at the wrong time is not the right time for you. And sometimes your association has a different agenda and a different purpose in life. And sometimes their purpose can steal your dream and even steal your life. So I'm glad you brought that up. Otis, Spencer, working actor, all these talented people here. The Voice, association leads to assimilation. Choose your people wisely. You've heard a lot of conversation, and I know you're ready. How's this land on you?
Good morning, everyone. One of the things that will hit me, even going back when I was a young kid, probably like third, fourth, fifth grade, my grades weren't that well. And my godfather had come up to me and said, "You're the best. No matter what, you're the best." So it starts with having that positive feedback from your friends, your family, so that you don't hang with the wrong crowd. If you have to know the difference between wrong and right, and you want people there to be with you, to love you, to give you that positive feedback. You know, I see what's going on today, all these young kids, if they don't have a strong family unit, these are the ones that are getting caught up in the gangs and going out and doing the shootings because the love did not come at home.
Very powerful message to you young people. All right. Um, be careful of the company you keep, because sometimes the company has a different agenda that may keep you in a space where you don't want to be. Andrea Lyman, okay. Are you going to run again for your seat for SAG and AFTRA again? I'm just curious. I don't know why that popped up in my head.
I am planning to run again.
All right, we're gonna get people to vote for you.
And I
But anyway,
am hoping people like Chris will run for the board, and Otis. We want lots of folks to run for the board so we can get our board looking a little different.
all right,
So I'm not
and
the only person representing certain things.
and the reason why I saved you for last, because me coming to Boston on the 22nd of April, this past April, had a lot to do with this quote: "Choose your people wisely." I had promised Denise and Ife and all those guys that we were all going to get together on stage in real life, in real time. And we had been doing this virtual, and it happened when you keep your word. You guys created um, an organization which brought me to Boston. And I think this quote talks about choosing your people wisely, being with the Black creatives. So association leads to assimilation. Choose your people wisely. And I know I kind of went off, but how does this quote land with you?
Well, now that you said that, it lands differently because on that one, yeah, I love being associated with the Black creatives, with Rox Films, with but those are places that I chose, or I really wanted to be, like Secret Society. They were existing long before I was part of it, and I definitely coveted being a part of it. And so it was like a dream come true. Rox Films, another one, existed long before I was part of it, and I looked and wanted to be a part of it. The flip side of this quote that I've been thinking about is, the choose your people wisely. I'm finding that sometimes people are I don't know, how do I say, they're asking certain things of me as if we're friends, and you think, oh, this person is nice, oh, I'm part of this group or whatever, and then what are they asking? And then I realized, oh, I don't feel really comfortable with this. I'm not really part of this subgroup that they're part of. I don't believe in what in everything that they're saying. And where will this put me? People are asking me to do things or say things that I don't necessarily believe in, or I think that it will associate me, or I'll be assimilated into something that I don't want to be a part of. And I have to look at that, and I'll ask somebody else, and it's like, am I wrong, or is this person asking for something that's, and then, I have friends that'll help me with it. But I know it probably sounds really convoluted, but that's just something that I'm finding, that somebody seems like they're asking something friendly. They seem like they're kind of a friend and kind of one of your people, but they're not. And they have their own agenda. And if you step into that, you'll absolutely be smeared. I mean, there's easy stuff like the folks that, like say you're a DeSantis person, that's easy to say, no, I don't want that. But there's subtleties that come, especially like within our union and all that, like where people want you to say something or do something that would absolutely associate you with something that you don't, an area you don't want to go. And so that is where this hits me, because it seems to be happening a lot. Somebody said, "Oh, I want you to make a statement." No, you should write this person. It'll be good coming from you. And I'm thinking, but I don't want to. I'm not on board with that. And you just said if I did this, this other person would be coming after me. It seems like you want to put me in danger here, and I don't want to be in danger for something that is your issue, not mine. I don't really believe in it the way you do, and I'm just finding that happens. Whereas things like I said, the Rocks Film or the Secret Society or many other organizations that I'm fully on board. I love what you're doing, but there are those that are, and so that's how. Choose your people wisely. I'm still kind of like, I don't want to alienate someone, but I don't want to make the statement that I don't believe in or sign onto something that I'm feeling isn't quite right.
Well said. Well said. And I hope our listeners doubt into what you said. I hope our listeners doubt in to what Ife, Otis, Justin, Chris, and Denise said. Because we're all dialed in, and we are a direct reflection on the company we keep. Now, to our listeners, my interpretation or my spin on this is twofold. One, when I started my business, RMK Productions, I wanted to surround myself with people that were like-minded. My social circle are people that drop nuggets. There's always a source of knowledge. This team that we assembled here, great source of knowledge, heart, you name it, they've got it. And the nice thing about the people within my circle, I could always say the people that I hold close to me follow three things: ready, willing, and able. All right. Your friends and your associations of the people that you are with are always ready, willing, and able to support you, to be honest with you, to be there for you, and to advise you. They ask for nothing in return. Those are people, when you're talking about, association leads to assimilation, is that when you have people that give and ask for nothing in return, they get their roses every single time that we have one of these podcasts on the weekend. Every time that one of us hops in the car, and drives, X amount of miles through New York traffic, whatever, in order to be face to face with the people that we say we love. And you got to understand, you cannot love someone or be in love until you love yourself, and then everyone can love you. So I was with me going around, every person in my circle has a higher call to action. I say this at the end of every podcast. My friends, they don't drive by an accident, they stop and help. My friends, we all have one agreement. When you call me, I'll be there. And that's not a song from Michael Jackson. We will be there. The only thing that we always says, if I'm there, don't do anything that hurts me, because that would be the last straw. We were one and done. So to our listeners, I want you to look at both hands. You got 5 digits there. All right. Each one of those digits represents someone close to your heart. One could be your faith. One, we want to disclude your brothers, sisters, and mothers, and so forth. But you have someone there that is always willing and able. And what I say to you is, take the last part of this quote and choose your people wisely. All right. So I want to thank everyone for joining in. Before we sign off, we're family here. Denise is in the Caymans, and it is her birthday. I won't give a number because she looks every day of 27 years old, chilling back there. Hey, Justin, if you want to do the honors, and anyone want to sing happy birthday to her, we've got a countdown.
I was gonna say we've got Chris here with vocals, got Andrea here with the vocals. So I just don't want. I want to give everybody their flowers for vocals, especially since I'm nasally.
All right.
I like how you did that. That's
Chrissy,
smooth.
you want to do
Good
the
job,
happy
Justin.
birthdays?
Yeah, good job, Justin.
Go ahead,
She's
Chrissy.
saying make it a group project.
Yeah.
That's right.
We just talked about doing it as a
Yeah.
group and stuff. So
All right.
yeah.
Yeah, as a
It'll be
group.
weird on Zoom, but it'll be okay.
Yeah.
All right, go
It'll be
ahead.
weird, but filled with love.
All right,
Thank
one.
you.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday to you.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you. Happy
Happy birthday, dear
birthday,
Denise.
Denise.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Uh-oh.
Happy birthday. Happy. Yeah, we wanted
Thank
to
you.
sound like
Thank you.
all right, all right. And to our listeners, we want to thank you for sharing this space. We meet here every Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you like what you've heard and you want to join, go to RMK Productions and Network, and you can write a comment, you can like and whatever. If you want to get involved, you can subscribe. And if you'd like to be on the show, go to info@rmkproductions.org and come and join us on Sundays. I want to thank everyone. Adapt this hashtag. Find 1,000 reasons to be kind to someone. My grandfather always said, when you get to a place and you can help someone else, it is your duty to do so. Reach one, teach one, and we'll fade to black and we're out. Thank you, everybody.